Hello my fellow hunters and welcome to Mods Hunter Math episode 98. I also meanwhile prepared episode 99, which compares the DPS increase of different armor sets. But this video first, before you're going to compare different sets, you have to know which is the best optimal which are the best optimal reinforcements of your Artian switch X. And I'm focusing in this video to the elemental Artian switch X's. I didn't make a comparison video until yet, elemental versus raw, but I always play elemental, even it is worse than raw, because it's more interesting, it's more diversity, and it's more fun. So this video I'm going to talk about the optimal reinforcements, and I watched a video from Rage Gaming, and he just recommended in trying to make it a little bit more large. So in last title update, most played with full element and 1x sharpness boost, and he made a change. And he said that the best possible combination is this one for production bonus, element infusion with 3x attacks in infusion and your corresponding element type. And for the reinforcements bonus, he recommends 2x sharpness boost and 3x attack boost over element boost. And so I'm going to explain in this video why he's right, and this is the optimal, or I'm going to explain why this is better than going for elemental reinforcements bonus, and also wanting to go for 2x sharpness. I also have to say that I played a lot with 1x only sharpness boost, but you're going to run really fast out of sharpness, especially on switch X, because it consumes a lot of sharpness. And I also have to mention that it is like with the new sharpness which is more comparable to the new Lagiacru switch X, which also has a bunch of white sharpness. It's a lot more comfortable to play with 2x sharpness boost with switch X, in my opinion. It's a little bit less DPS, but especially for longer hunts and now the new higher tier monsters coming up, I would highly recommend to go for 2x sharpness boost, and this video is also made with this bonus. We're just focusing on attack boost versus element boost. The main problem is that the element boost is only 3 additional attack and attack boost is 5, so it's pretty easy to say, but I'm going to compare you a little bit better in this table. So this was from the previous title update. If you're going to reinforce your Artian switch X for full element, you have 205 raw and 37 element, like here explained. And if you're going to focus, sorry, I think there's something going on wrong. This is the element. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, now it's correct. And if you're going to focus on an attack focused elemental Phials Artian switch X, you have 15 raw more, so 220 raw and 28 element. And as you can see, the difference between them is only 9 element. So you're either having 9 element more, or yes, you know, you got that 45% elemental bonus from the elemental Phials and the better elemental multiplier, but it still really can't catch up because you have 15 more raw and only 9 more element. And I also compared everything. I only calculated with the sorry for the guys who started with 6 scan, but I added here a power prolonger tab where you can change your levels of power prolonger corresponding, and this includes the amped uptime. But for this video I ignored the amount of how long your switch X is amped or not. And that's why, yes, I've written here EBC, which is like instant amp, always, all the time. Yes, and as you can see, if you didn't have any decos on your weapon, it's always like 2.5, 2.6 more DPS if the element at the hit zone radio is 3 to 1. Like you can see here, 134.6 versus 131.9, or if you're having elemental deco on both axes, so it scales better on the element focus switch X. You can see that the difference is a bit less, but it's still like 1.6. So attack focus is still better, and if you go for full elemental deco and also with armor, difference is still going to be higher because the armor set scales better with raw. Like if you have weakness exploit or latent power, these are crit skills which are scaling better with raw, and that's why if you have a full armor set, like this is the most important number for us, you can see it's like 3 DPS more. If you're going for attack focused elemental, Phial, Artian, whatever. I've also here listed the percents. If you can see, if you're having element deco, the how's called difference is not that high, but at the end, if you're having full armor, you have like 1.7% more DPS on your attack focused elemental Phial Artian weapon. I also prepared that stats here. For example, if you can see here, rather switch X with 200 base raw and 250 element. So I just added these two switch X here in my calculator, and I already insert sharpness 2 times with attack 3 times. And then we are going to check these numbers. I'm also showing you here, I didn't enable any skills currently for having a better comparison, and I also added the new skills on the calculator, like Leviathan's Fury from how it's called, Lagiacrus, and also Lord Soul, the new set skill from the Watch Tempered monsters. And as you can see here at the right tab, for the last one, which is focused for elemental Phials, we are having a DPS output of 134.6 in this case. 134.6, and if we change to the so 220 raw, 280 element, 103.46. If we change to Artian 3 element, we have 15 less raw and 370 element. But if you're going to the DPS output, it only shows up 131.9, and we previously had on the other reinforcements 134.6, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so as you can see in the calculator, I recommend to go for this reinforcements in this title update, because with this combination you have around like 1.7 DPS more compared to the other one. So this is like one level of any skill, of any DPS skill in your weapon. Or like one level of agitator or what else, because they are giving like also like 1.5% extra DPS. Yes, so I hope I can help you with this explanation, and maybe in the next few days I'm also releasing the other episode with the comparison of the sets.